Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to start out the February reading vlog, and I'm so glad January is finally over. It felt like a month that lasted like for 5 years. So much has been going on, none of it has been really good. So yeah, I'm glad we're out of January. We are moving right along in the winter time, and so I wanted to give you a quick update what I'm currently reading and what I will be discussing here. So my main project right now is trying to finish Mistborn Era 1. I'm currently about a quarter of the way into Hero of Ages, and I hope to make some really good progress this first weekend of February because I want to be finished with that series. That was a series I wanted to read in 2024. It feels like I'm so late, and I'm also not really enjoying it very much, so I just want to be done with it. So that is my highest priority for the beginning of the month. Then I'm also listening to Golden Fool right now, which is the second book in the 20-man trilogy by Robin Hobb. I'm really enjoying this series and like the Realm of the Elderlings in general. So with this one, I'm not rushing, but with the way it's going, I have about half of that audiobook left. I think that I will probably finish it within a week or so because I usually listen to about 10-ish hours per week. So I should be getting to the rest of that fairly quickly. And then I also have some exciting audiobook plans. So I have some incentive to get finished with that one as well. And then last but not least, I'm currently rereading The Hobbit. And this has been kind of like an impulse thing because like I have been going through it lately. And so I wanted to read something that really just makes me happy and is nostalgic. So The Hobbit seemed like the perfect thing to do. I'm currently a little bit more than halfway through that, and I will just slowly make my way through the rest of that in February as well. So this is what I am currently up to. You can see it is like very much fantasy focused, and I hope that in February I will get back into my horror game a little bit as well. It's usually the case that like at the beginning of the year I love reading like those big fantasy books, but then by February I'm itching to get some like more fast-paced horror reads in there. So that's the like general plan. Then obviously it's Black History Month, even though America right now doesn't really want to remember that, but I do. So I will try to read a lot of books by Black authors this month as well. So we'll see how many I can get in there, but I'm very excited. And first of all, let's get that Mistborn book out of the way. So today is the 7th of February, and I do have a quick update for you guys, and that is that yesterday I finally finished reading Hero of Ages. So I have now officially finished the Mistborn Era 1 trilogy, which feels like a big win because, as I have mentioned in my other vlogs where I read the series, that I didn't really love it, unfortunately. I gave this last book 3.5 stars. I think that it is definitely too long, as the other books were too, especially the second one. However, I think that the ending was actually quite good. Like, if I had really cared about these characters, I think the ending would have made me very emotional and it would have been very impactful. And so, yeah, while I didn't love it, I can see how that ending is actually like a very good choice for this story, and it felt appropriate to the story. And I think, as I said, if you love this series, then it was probably an amazing ending for you. I'm done with that and I'm very happy about it. So right now I'm currently still listening to my audiobook, Golden Fool, and this is the second book in the Tawny Man trilogy. So I have about like 5-ish hours left of that. I think I will finish that probably after the weekend, and it's going really great. Like I was just listening to it and I had a hard time not crying because I was at a like very emotional point there, and it's so good. Like Robin Hobb just knows how to give you all the feels and kind of break your heart in a way. So yeah, that's going really well, and I will talk more about it once I finished it. And then I'm also still rereading The Hobbit. I have about 130 pages of that left, and I still want to take it slow with the reread, just maybe read a chapter every night or something like that. So I will continue reading that one, but then I also want to start a new book. And as it is Black History Month in the US right now, even though the current administration tries to cancel it and not acknowledge it, I think it is even more important that we keep continuing to support Black artists, Black writers, Black businesses, and all of that. So I will start now reading mostly from Black authors for the rest of the month. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of books on my current physical TBR because I usually read them very quickly. So the one that I decided to start with is The Good House by Tananarive. This one is one of the 5 authors I wanted to try this year. I really think that Tananarive can be a new favorite author for me, so I am very, very hopeful, and if this book is a win, I will also try to get to the Reformatory this year for sure. So this is the next book I want to read, and I'm very excited to start it soon. This will also get its own reading vlog, so I probably won't talk a ton about it here, but we'll see. I'm like so excited, definitely in the horror mood now after reading like so many big fantasy books, so this is gonna be great. So today is the 11th of February and I'm here for a quick update because yesterday I finished reading The Golden Fool by Robin Hobb, and this was just another fantastic read in the realm of the elderlings. I had heard that some people don't really love this one, but for me personally, while there were a couple of things that I did not absolutely love, I think that there were so many moments that gave me so many feelings that I ended up really, really loving this one as well. And I decided to give it 4.5 stars. Just because, as I said before, I don't know if it was in one of the previous vlogs or in the reading vlog I'm doing for this trilogy, but yeah, there's always just so much going on that I can never like really give these books 5 stars because there's always some things I don't love. But like still overall, this is like a 5-star series to me. Like The Realm of the Elderlings so far is just incredibly fantastic. And if you are sleeping on it, I would highly recommend you stop what you're doing right now and you're starting reading Realm of the Elderlings. So yeah, that was just like the ending of this book was quite different from the usual endings of like Robin Hobb books, but there was like this one moment,
and it was just so good, and like we've been waiting for it for so long, and yeah, just great, loved it. So I'm ready to start a new audiobook, and I decided to not go into book 3 immediately because I want to read from Black authors for the majority of February. So I will read the third book soon, probably starting like in March. But for now, I started one of the audiobooks I can listen to for free on Audible because I want to stop my Audible subscription at the end of February. So I'm trying to get to the books that I can listen to for free that I had on my list for so long. And one of those is The Haunting of Tramcar 015, which is a Djèlí Clark book in the Deadgen universe. This is a novella, so it shouldn't take me too long. In this one, we follow two detectives that are called into like the tram stationy thing because one of the trams seems to be haunted, and so they're trying to investigate what's going on. Now, the Deadgen universe is very much a steampunky world where there are like a lot of technical advances. This is set in Egypt in kind of a parallel history where, because of the Jinn's influence, Egypt is like a very prosperous country, and we do have like different Jinn that live with the humans, and they usually have these like steampunky bodies for themselves. And in this one, we are looking at this tram car service where basically, because of magic, these tram cars can drive themselves. They don't need like any kind of conductor or anything like that. So one of them is haunted. And that's it. So yeah, I'm really excited to dive back into this world. And after that, I only have the full-length novel to read. And then for now, I'm caught up with that universe. I would love to see more of it because so far I am really enjoying it, but we'll see what happens. So today is the 15th of February, and with that we are coming to the end of this vlog. I want to quickly let you know how my reading went in these last couple of days. Now, yesterday I did actually manage to finish a book, and that was my audiobook, The Haunting of Tramcar 015 by Djèlí Clark. Now, I don't think I updated you like in between. I wanted to do a halfway update, but then I just got so busy and it just didn't get around to doing it. So I'm doing it right now, but this was quite a fun read. I do really enjoy the Deadgen universe. Now, this is a fantasy series that has kind of like a detective vibe to it because we're usually looking at like magical crime situations or just like something dangerous going on. In this case, we have this kind of like spirit haunting a magical tram car. And I did really enjoy the way that this played out in the book. This deals a lot with the suffragette movement as well. So we have the setting that the women in Egypt are fighting for their right to vote. And through the investigation that is going on for our main characters, they kind of get sucked into that a little bit, which was very interesting to see. Now, in this one, we are dealing with kind of a magical creature that exists in like a ton of cultures with a ton of different names, but I thought it was very interesting. I did think that Djèlí Clark would turn it on its head a little bit more. I think in the end, the way everything turned out worked out a little bit more like traditional than I thought it would be. I thought it was an interesting chance to like tell a new story about a ghost or a spirit like that. That didn't happen, but I still had a very good time. And what I especially liked is that at the end of the book, we also got a little cameo of the character from the first novella. Asian Fatma, so that was lovely, and I think she is the main character for the full-length novel as well, so I definitely want to get to that one too very soon. So I gave this novella 4 stars. This is the longest novella in the series. I would classify this as kind of slow. It's not like there is a ton of things happening in this, and it does take a while to also get to more creepy bits. I would not say that this is a horror in the traditional sense, even though this monster is kind of scary when it shows its teeth and claws. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm having a good time with this series, and I'm glad I finished the next novella on my way. I also started a new audiobook yesterday that I will talk about in my next reading vlog for the second half of February, and that one is Burn Down, Rise Up by Vincent Tirado. So this one I'm very intrigued to really get into. I listened to about an hour of that before I kind of finished that vlog yesterday. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but that is also a horror. It is YA and it is set in the Bronx and has a very strong feeling of place with that. And then a quick update for my 2 physical reads with The Hobbit. I am very close to the end, so I am just slowly rereading this 1 chapter at a time whenever I feel like picking it up in the evenings. And with The Good House, I am now 25% through the book, and I'm really enjoying this one. It's so good, and I am very happy to just sit down this weekend and read this book. It's going to be amazing. So that's it for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a like or a nice comment. I always appreciate those, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!